For those of you who don't know, in Brookhaven, there are several cars I can grab on the right. But today, I want to check with you the cars that were banned from Brookhaven. I want to see cars that were removed from the game, and also banned cars. So for that, I called this friend of mine, who for some reason is dancing here. So I'm coming over here to pick him up, because this is going to be really important. Now, he finally got in here. But now, I'm heading back to the neighborhood to test all the banned cars with him. He said, wait, what is that player doing? And from what I noticed, he's playing basketball in a really different way. Because he threw it up here, and he actually made it. And it really is a different way, but I'm going to ignore him because I have a lot of important things to do today. But he got closer, and he said, I bet you won't score a point. So I'm going to beat him, and I can easily beat him, but I don't want to play this. So much so that my friend is staring at me, and he said, do both at the same time. Check the banned cars and also beat him. Okay, I'll do that. I'm just going to beat this player because he wants to play basketball. So I'm running over here to get this ball, and now I'm going to have to make the shot. And it's actually pretty easy to make this. But actually, I ended up missing, and the ball flew away. I don't know how that happened, but the ball just flew away. So much so that he's staring at me. And he said, you're such a noob that the ball flew away. And guys, he suddenly called me that. He just called me a noob for no reason. Now he better win this, especially because he insulted me. But he ended up missing it. So now it's my turn to score the point. Perfect. I threw the ball here, but it's really hard. Now he threw it right there, and I think he ended up missing. Now it's my turn, and for some reason he's over there in the car. But I threw it right here, and I'm sure I'm going to make it. But suddenly he moved the car so I wouldn't score, and that's just not fair. Nothing he's doing is fair. He's literally cheating, and now he's even laughing at me. But my friend came back here because he's going to drive this car. It even looks like the player locked the car because my friend can't drive it, and that's really bad. And if he scores again, he's going to end up winning. But before testing the cars that were banned from the game with you, I really want to beat this player because everything he did was bizarre. But he's staring at me here, and it looks like he's really happy. So much so that he made this face. And he said, you loser, but now he's going to throw it. And he actually made it. That's really impressive. He actually made it. And he said, go check out the banned cars. Noob. And guys, he insulted me again. And I thought maybe I was going to win, but I really ended up losing. Even my friend grabbed the ball, and apparently he wants to play against the player. But while they're playing here, I'm going to take the chance to test the cars that were banned from the game, because there are several cars on the right. But what a lot of people don't know is that more than 6 cars were removed. So much so that he threw it right there. And I even want to see if he's going to make it. And he actually ended up scoring here, and this friend of mine is really good. But for those of you who don't know, in Brookhaven there's this ambulance car. It's really a very nice car. Several people can fit in the back. This back door opens, but this car wasn't always like this. In the past it used to be very ugly. That player is about to throw the ball, and I want to see if he made it, but he missed. Now he got in the car, and as soon as my friend throws the ball here, he's just going to move the car. So much so that my friend threw the ball there, and the player moved, and even so, my friend ended up scoring. My friend did really well. He simply beat the player, and now we have to get out of here fast, because he's definitely going to come here to insult us. And this is the current ambulance in Brookhaven, but it used to be very different. You can see that the ambulance looked like this. It had a really ugly window here that was glitched. The images were low quality, and the door was always open, and it was also very ugly. While nowadays it looks way nicer. The image is in higher quality. The ambulance really improved a lot. But the player came right here again, and he's bothering me. I just want to test the banned cars, but this player came here in front just to bother me again. He said, beat me, and I'll leave the game forever. And that sounds pretty interesting, but I don't want to do that, because if I keep playing ball like this, I'll be playing this sport forever and won't be able to test the banned cars. So much so that he threw it again back here, and this time he simply missed. But I don't want to play this sport, so I'm leaving. And he's coming here too. This player won't stop following me. He's coming here behind my ambulance for no reason. But I have to escape from here quickly. So I'm activating max speed up here. And now, even though he's coming after me, I'm at max speed. But I'm going to let him come here, because apparently he wants to get inside. So much so that he got in here, and now I'm going to make him fly away. Guys, he's back here behind the car. But what he doesn't know is that now we're going to fly. I'm even arriving right here, and we simply flew away. And I'm sure he's not understanding what's happening. But I'm going to launch the car right here, and my friend just got out of the car because he already knows what I'm doing. I'm going to make this car fly. So I'm arriving here, and this player is going to fly away. Now the ambulance is flying up ahead, and now we're finally free. He said that was genius, and it really is, because the player disappeared. But now I want to test with you the next car that was completely removed. I don't even know what my friend is doing. He's holding a ball there, and he's throwing it up front in this area, and the ball just flew away. I don't know how he found that out, but every time he throws the ball here, the ball just disappears. So I also want to test this. So much so that I threw a ball right here, and the ball hit this spot and ended up disappearing in Roblox. He threw the ball there too, and the ball disappeared. The ball is just flying up here, and I don't know how he discovered that, but he accidentally found a secret. But this is the fire truck, and you can see that this truck is huge. It has several cool functions you can use here. So much so that my friend got up here in the back, and he can climb up here, and he can also rotate to save the players. And this fire truck really is very important. He's moving here, and I don't know where he wants to go, but this truck used to be very different, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to go through the tunnel, but I actually did it. Now I want to see if I can go through the other tunnel, and I also made it through. But I want to try going through this last tunnel, and I actually made it again. But for those of you who don't know, this truck used to be very different. It used to look like this. It was just very ugly, and it was also a very small truck. This truck really was very small, and it also didn't have many cool features to use, and it was one of the worst cars of all, and there's just a huge difference between these two cars. But my friend stopped here, and he said, grab both cars to see the difference. But surprisingly, I can actually do that, because I have both of these cars. I have the new ambulance and also the old ambulance, and getting them is going to be really easy. So much so that I just grabbed both cars here, and you can see there's a big difference. While one of them is really small, the other one is really big, and it has a much better image, while the other one doesn't even have any images. It just changed so much. But I'm coming back here, and my friend is trying to get back up here, but he can't climb up. It's really impossible for him to get back, so he had to stay down here, and that's really sad. But he came back inside, and now he'll have to stay in this part. Now I'm going up here, but I had an idea. There's a player combing their hair here, and I want to get close to him just to see his reaction when this car shows up. So my friend has to climb up here, and this time it's easier. He did it easily, and now I'm getting close to the player's house, because I want to see what his reaction is going to be when my friend appears in the window. So I'm going to try to get my friend inside here, but it's really hard to get a friend inside the player's house. He's right here, and finally the player noticed it. He said, "Noobs, get away from my house." And guys, I don't know why he's saying that. It really doesn't make sense. But I just got out of the car, and what he said was really weird. He's insulting us here in Roblox for no reason, and he's even looking over here. And my friend said, "Why did he say that?" Look, I don't know either, but we have to get revenge on this player, because what he said was bizarre. Now he's going back to the bathroom, and he's combing his hair, and this time he closed the windows. But I have to get revenge on him, because he insulted my friend for no reason, and I also have to test the removed cars. But first, we'll have to climb up here, and I don't know how I'm going to get revenge on the player, but I had an idea. I'm going to place walls here, because I want to get revenge on him. So to do that, I'm going to mess up his house by placing as many walls as possible. And this is starting to look really weird, because his house is completely closed off with the walls I'm placing. And now after a long time, I'm finally finishing this, and I just need this last wall. And it turned out perfect, and I want to see if my friend approves it. And apparently, he approved it, and the player's house looks really weird now. It's just full of walls, but he still hasn't noticed because the curtains are closed. He really hasn't seen that there are more walls inside. But now he finally finished what he was doing, and he's coming to the front to talk to us. So much so that he opened his curtain, and he simply can't see anything. And you can tell that he's really scared. He truly doesn't know what to do, because his house is walled off, and there's nothing he can do to fix it. But he came down here because he wants to talk to us. So much so that now he's right here, and suddenly he got mad. That face of his means he's really angry, and he's coming here to fight with us. And that's bad, because he's running toward us. So I grabbed this car, and now we have to get out of here, because he's chasing us with a bow. And that's really weird. It's a very specific item he's holding, and I don't know why he's using that item. He's even aiming over here, and apparently he hit the car. He actually hit it and broke the car. I really don't know how that's possible, but now he hit the front tire again, and it broke too. This is just really weird. But I'm getting out of here, because I don't want him to break any more parts of my car, because this car is already totally broken. And actually, he's right here, and again he hit the tire, and that's really weird, but I'm leaving. And surprisingly, I can still drive this, but I need to escape from here urgently, and I'm going to leave my car right here, and now I'm going to hide on the ground. So much so that my friend also got out and is crouching here on the ground, and he said, "This guy is crazy, let's run away." And that's true, we have to get out of here, because this player is really weird. Now I'm escaping from here, but I remembered that I can get that car back, so I grabbed it, and my friend got back in, and now we're safe, and now I'm speeding up here. But for those of you who don't know, this car wasn't always like this. Right now it looks like this, but 2 years ago, it was totally different. This car used to look exactly like this, and you can see it was very different because it didn't have the details under the car that it has in the game now. And also, the headlights were really weird. Today, they're smaller and nicer, but back then, they were huge. It also had a sunroof here, which is a feature that was removed from the game. And this car changed a lot over time, but it's still in the game. He said it also has a red version. And guys, he got out of the car and simply grabbed this other car. And really, the two are very similar. similar, but they have some differences. This car has a siren on top, and it also has this thing on the back. This car also has some details that the other one doesn't have, but he changed the color of the car and made it look like mine. And he finally got it right. But you can see that the two cars are very similar, especially because they're the same car. So much so that my friend came back here because there are more cars I want to test. And I want to test more cars that were removed. And I'm also coming over here to check the player's house, but his house is completely destroyed. And he said, let's talk about what matters. What is that brick car? But I'm looking up ahead, and there really is a brick car here, which is one of the weirdest cars I've ever seen. It even looks like there's a player on top, and these things are showing up in front, which apparently belong to his other car. But I'm coming over here to talk to him because I want to see what this thing is that he made. He has a house and different cars. He said, you can't get in here because of the lasers. And there really are some lasers in front, but my friend is driving this car, and now he moved the lasers, so his house isn't protected anymore. And he noticed that, and his house is really different. Apparently, it's a YouTuber house, and he also has a YouTuber avatar. But suddenly I got banned. For some reason I got banned from here, and it's good that my friend gets out before he gets banned too. And my friend actually managed to escape, and he just stole this Roblox car. And I'm sure that player isn't very happy. He said, give my car back and I'll give your car back. Look, but our car isn't that interesting. He can really keep my car, because I can get another car on the right, like this Ferrari. But for those of you who don't know, this car also has a secret version in Brookhaven. But before showing that secret version, I'm coming over here to pick up my friend. Guys, he's right here, and he's going to have to get in my car, and we simply gave that car back to him. By the way, this player has some really weird cars, because he has that other car, which is literally made of bricks. And that's the weirdest car of all. But apparently he's following us in Roblox. And I don't know why he's coming over here, but he's really slow. So now, I'm going to have to go after him to crash into his car. And this is the weirdest car of all. And I don't know why he's following me, especially since not long ago he banned me from his house for no reason. He said, I'll unban you, but only if you let me come with you. And that makes no sense. He banned me, and now he wants to come with us just to unban me from his house. Really strange. But this car was originally supposed to look like this. And it really was supposed to be very different, especially this part of the car, because it wasn't going to be a convertible, and also the car's headlights were going to be different. But in the end, this car had some changes, a lot of things were removed, and it ended up looking like this. So much so that the player left, and he's looking back, and he said, you two are noobs, and then he just ran away. I really don't know why he said that, but now I want to enter this Roblox game to see all the cars that were removed. I literally want to see all the cars that were removed from Brookhaven. So much so that finally, I'm here, and my friend came in too, and he's coming over here to drive this car. But unfortunately, he can't drive it, and I think maybe he can drive this other car, and he's actually driving it. So I'm coming in here, and this is one of the oldest cars in the game. Up front there are also these two cars, which I can also drive. In fact, I'm driving this car, and now my friend came in too. But for some reason, this car is following me, and I don't know why it's following me, but it's moving on its own. This car really turned into a ghost car. So much so that I'm driving one of the oldest cars in the game, and you can see that it's really very ugly. But now, I'm coming up here because I placed a car in the game for my friend in Roblox. But I don't know if he's going to like this car, because it looks really ugly. He just got here, and this is one of the ugliest cars of all. It's simply a small version of the Ferrari, and it's an uglier version. He said, this is the worst car ever, and he's really not very happy. So much so that now he left the game, and there's a cat here inside for some reason. I'm even coming up front here, and this car is really weird. Guys, for those who don't know, I'm one of the poorest people that exist. I don't have money for anything. The only thing I managed to buy was this abandoned house, and also this forklift, which isn't very good either. But I want to figure out a way to make money so I can finally become a millionaire. Because for those who don't know, a friend of mine works right here at the bank, so he must know some secret. But I'm coming here to drive my car. This car of mine is really kind of weird, and I'm coming up here in front. But for those who don't know, this neighbor of mine is crying here, because he lost his entire farm. Everything was completely destroyed. That's really sad. And there's this player who lives in that mansion, and he's basically laughing here. I don't know what happened that made him start laughing out of nowhere, but he went back to his mansion just to play. I'm almost sure he was the one who did this to the player's farm, but I just got here, and guys, I'm going to park my car, because last time I didn't do that. My car got towed for no reason, and now I'm getting here to ask him how I can get rich. I said, I want to get rich, help me, please. Guys, he has to help me now. He's staring at me here. He said, if I knew, I wouldn't be working here. That kind of makes sense, but I want to see if this player knows anything, so I'm coming here running. I said, I want money please. I want to see if he'll lend me something. He said, okay, I put $5,000 loaned into your account, and if you don't pay by tomorrow, you'll have to pay double. Guys, but that's not what I wanted. He literally just put me in debt, but now I don't know what I'm going to do to make money. He said, well, you wanted money, right? Now you have it. Guys, this is really bad. I have $5,000 loaned. I have 24 hours to basically increase this money of mine, so I'm leaving here running. I'm going to have to grab this car of mine. Now I just left the market. I bought this specific box, and inside it there's exactly this hammer, and also this shovel. I'm going to use this to basically make money, but I spent very little on it. This whole box was just $100, so I still have $4,900 available here in my account. So I have to come here running to basically make more money urgently. Guys, now I'm arriving up front, and I basically want to help this player because I urgently need money. But guys, he's staring at me here. He said, "It's the end of my farm. You can go back home. There's nothing we can do." Guys, it's really sad he said that. He lost all hope that maybe he could get his farm back. I'm sure it was that player who destroyed all of this, because it's not normal for his farm to just end like that out of nowhere. It's like someone destroyed it. I'm sure it wasn't a coincidence, but I'm going to leave here and go back home because there's nothing else I can do. It's even getting dark already. While some players here are having a lot of fun, there are other people here who are in terrible situations. But guys, I'm going back home, and I'm going to take the chance to sleep in this bed. On the day I bought this house, this tunnel was right here, and to this day I don't know what it's for, but I'm going to go inside to see what happens. Perfect, I got here. But guys, I don't know where I am. I just know there's a lot of money here. Guys, there's enough money here to solve all my problems. There's really a lot of money here, so I'm going to take this money, especially because we have $50,000 here. There's just so much money. Guys, I took it just to pay off my debt, and now I'm going back home. Perfect, I just got here. Guys, I'm actually really rich. I have money to renovate my house. This is just too good. But I'm coming again to talk to this player because I want to know what he needs. I said, "What do you need to recover the farm?" I really want him to tell me that. And guys, now he got closer. He said, "I need everything you've got." Guys, I think he needs a lot of things, especially because his farm is gone. He probably needs seeds and also a lot of water. So I'm leaving here because I'm going to buy all of that. Now I'm coming up front. And guys, before anything, I want to see what's going to happen at the bank. I want to see if they'll notice that I stole money from there. But guys, the two of them are right here now. This player got closer, and apparently he said bye. He basically turned off the lights. It looks like now my friend is going to leave here. So he grabbed that car and is coming up front. He's going back to his house. Guys, while he's coming back and his friend is also leaving, I'm going to take the chance to get more money from here. But first I'm coming here to buy things for my friend's farm. So I'm arriving exactly at this market. Perfect. I bought a bunch of things in this box. Guys, it looks like there are a lot of important things in here, and I'm going to have to bring this to the player. I really hope this is useful. Guys, I just got back to my house, and it looks like now he's coming here to sleep. But I had an idea. While he's sleeping here, I'm secretly going to help his farm basically get back to normal. So I'm coming here to start this. And guys, here we have several seeds that I'm going to have to plant in his farm. But first I have to remove all this. Except my friend just got here. He said, "Want help? I'm good at this." Wow, I didn't know he was good, but I need him to grab this shovel and help me dig all this up. Guys, we're digging here to remove all the dry crops. After all, guys, I have to help my neighbor and then buy some things with the $50,000 I have and also pay my debts. Perfect. We removed all of this. The job here was a success, and now I'm going to have to plant the seeds. Guys, I'm going to have to plant them here. Perfect. Now we're planting. But guys, now it's getting light because a lot of time has passed. And finally, this actually worked. The farm is really looking nice. We did a really good job, but now we have to add water. I handed him this item so he can help me do that, since this is going to be really important. Perfect. We finished that, and now we have to leave. He ran back to his house. I think he's going to take the chance to sleep since he has to work, but I'm running back to my house because I want to see the player's reaction. Guys, it looks like he's still sleeping since the lights are completely off, and actually he slept on the floor. Now he finally woke up and he's basically coming outside. And guys, he just noticed what happened here, and he's really surprised, especially because he didn't expect the farm to get better. Now he's taking care of the farm. I'm sure he's really happy. But now this player showed up. He came to collect my debt. Look, this is awful. But what he doesn't know is that I actually have the money. So now I gave him all the money I needed to pay. He said, "Great, here's $5,000. I see you managed to pay everything." Look, I managed to pay it all, and I still have all this money left, which is basically the money I stole from the bank. But guys, he can't see this tunnel that's in my house. But now he left and is going back to the bank. Man, he really thought I wasn't going to pay, because if I didn't pay, he would make more money. That's how they make money. They lend it out, and if the person doesn't pay, they have to pay even more. But that's not what happened. But guys, this player left, but he just realized that the player's farm is back to normal, and apparently he's not very happy. Actually, he's really angry. He's coming back here to get his car. He has 2 impressive cars. I wouldn't be surprised if he's coming up here to destroy the player's farm again, but I have to come here to defend it because what he's doing doesn't make any sense. Now he came here again, and once again he's coming to fight with the player. Man, this is really strange, but he's staring at him. He said, "How do you have the nerve to have a farm here?" Look, I don't even know what he's talking about, but he started destroying it. He's stepping all over the player's farm, and now he just destroyed all of it. He simply ruined everything. I really don't know why he did that, but he just destroyed the player's farm again. I have to figure out a way to get revenge for this, because the player didn't do anything wrong, but I already know. I'm going to take his car and basically get out of here. Now he's running after me, but I'm not giving this car back. Actually, I'm coming here because I'm going to get revenge on him. I'm going to get revenge for everything he did in Roblox. So I'm coming to his house, and now I'm going to crash his car into the wall. Now I have to basically get out of here, and his car is totally destroyed. I'm going to have to hide back here, but he's arriving right here, and now he just realized this really is the end of his car. There's no way his car car will go back to normal. But I have to get out of here without him noticing. But he destroyed the player's farm. That's the most unfair thing I've ever seen. So I came back again to help him. I said, do you want a farm just for yourself? I want to see if he really wants that. And it looks like now he said yes. But the only farm we have that's really far from the city is exactly here. It's a really giant farm that's going to be very important for the player. But to get it, I'm really going to have to pay a lot of money. And I'm going to have to rob the bank again, which is something I really didn't want to do. But to help him, and also to get richer myself, I'm going to rob the bank again. So I'm heading back to my house, and I'm going to have to go inside here again. Perfect, I got here, and now I'm going to grab this briefcase full of money, because there's simply $50,000 in here. That's enough money to retire here in the city. Perfect, I just arrived here with all this money, and now I want the player to come with me, because I'm going to buy him a brand new house, and I also need to buy a house for myself. And guys, he even got really surprised, but he went inside here. I'm going to buy an apartment, and also a house just for him. I really hope the bank doesn't realize I stole the money, but now I'm finally arriving up front, and it looks like there's an apartment for sale here that's a giant apartment. I'll have to visit it later to see if it's good, but for now I'm arriving exactly at this house that's going to be his house. Perfect, I just got here. The owner of this house came over, because now I'm going to hand him this money. Perfect, he took it. He said, I got $200,000, take the rest. And now he gave me the money back, and kept $200,000. He said, now the house is yours. Actually, I bought this house for him. It simply is from today on. Now he has a farm really far away from that evil player, and he already started taking care of it. But I'm coming with this player because he's going to take me back home. It's impressive that he has a limousine, but actually, I want to check out the dealership this time. I hope he understood that, but now we're arriving right here directly at the dealership. Wow, thank you so much. And now he just left. He really helped me a lot. He probably helped me because I bought him the house. But now I want to buy a car. I want it to be the best car of all. But now he's coming back here. Looks like this is where he sells cars. I said, I want the most expensive car you have. Seriously, I want the most expensive car of all because I have $50 million to spend. And apparently this is the most expensive car of all. I can see it has some downsides, especially because it only fits one person. But he's staring at me here. He said, but it's the fastest car of all. Do you want it? Look, surprisingly, I'm going to take it. I have all this money to pay. Perfect. I handed it to him. He said, wow, I'm only going to take $1 million. Keep the rest. Even he got really surprised, but he's coming over here. So I arrived too. And now he gave it back to me. Looks like I still have $48,800,000 here, which is a lot of money. But now I just got this car. It really is the fastest car of all. But now I want to buy this apartment because this apartment is impressive. I definitely need it. So I'm arriving right here because I really want to buy this house. Now I have to go up here. I hope someone is here to help me, but it looks like the owner of this house is resting. Now he finally got up because he has to help me. Perfect. I went inside. But guys, one thing I noticed is that my avatar looks really bad. I don't know if this player is going to think I'm here to rob his house. He said, I like your clothes. This is the new fashion, right? Well, definitely not, but I'm not going to argue. For some reason he thinks this is fashion, but actually my shirt is ripped and completely dirty. But I came here simply to buy his house. Guys, even he was really surprised, but I want to know the price of his house. He said, it's $800,000. Okay, I'll take it. So I handed him the money. He just took his part. Now I only have 48 million, which is still a lot. Now he left because he finally made his sale. He managed to sell his house, and now he's coming up front. Wow, this house is really interesting. But this 800,000 house is cheaper than my car that cost $1 million. But it's a really interesting house. It has this very different pool. It also has several cool rooms, and best of all, I still have a lot of money. I have about 48 million, and I can get even more if I go back to the bank. But guys, the bank has been opened, and they just realized that there's a tunnel right here. This is really bad. They just found out what was going on. But maybe they'll figure out that the person who did it was me. So I have to go back to my house to fix this. Guys, I'm running back because I have to fix this. I have to remove that tunnel from my house, but I don't know how I'm going to do that, especially because the tunnel was already there when I bought the house. But guys, the player destroyed that house. He literally destroyed the player's house just because he's really mad. Now he's getting here. He said, you stole this car, didn't you? Look, obviously I didn't do that, but I'm selling this house of mine if he wants it. I'm selling it for $1. I said, do you want to buy my house? I'm selling for $1, and he just has to sign the papers. But he's looking at it. He said, it's too expensive. If it's free, I'll take it. Okay, I'm going to sell it for free. He just has to take it and sign. He really thinks he's winning and getting an amazing house. But what he doesn't know is that this house has that tunnel in it. And now he's basically laughing at me. But I'm going to take the chance to leave and let him enjoy his new house. But now this player came back because he already knows that there's a tunnel inside here. Even that red player is seeing it. And now this other player noticed it too and is simply calling the police. And the police are already on their way here to arrest this player. This is really going to be the end for him. Now he's getting arrested after everything he did. After destroying that house, he's finally getting arrested. For those of you who don't know, in Brookhaven there are several jobs I can get on the right. I can click on the bank and start working at the bank. But today I want to test all the secret jobs in Brookhaven, which I'm sure you've never seen before. So I'm arriving exactly at this house, which is simply a witch's house, because I have to talk to my friend, who finally noticed that I'm here. Now I'm a ghost hunter. He said, we have to wait until it gets dark, because during the day there are no ghosts. And that makes sense, because during the day they probably hide so my friend doesn't find them. So I'm going to wait for it to get dark. Now it's finally night, and the two of us are coming here to basically find where the ghosts are. So he's leaving here with his car, and my first job is as a ghost hunter, but I don't know how he's going to find ghosts because I don't know how this job works. But now, he stopped right here, and he's standing in this spot, and he even grabbed this device. But I don't know what this does, but I want to hold it to try to help him. Perfect! He gave it to me, and apparently this item is telling me to go to this spot because there's something up ahead, so we'll have to go in that direction. He said, okay, drive, you have to learn how this works. Okay, I'm going to drive this. So I got in the car, and now I'm coming up ahead. And apparently this item is telling me to go further ahead. But guys, there's something really weird here at the hospital. It's completely closed, like something is going on here. So I'm arriving here to investigate this. And I think I finally discovered where there are ghosts. This place is really strange because there's a lot of trash inside. It's like something happened here. But he grabbed this item to search for where the ghosts are. Now he's coming here and checking everything inside the hospital. He even just found this green thing, and it's simply green liquid on the ground, just like the one in his backpack. And I'm getting scared of this because this job is the weirdest secret job in Brookhaven. I could be delivering pizzas right now, but I chose the scariest job of all. He said, there's something right here, but I'm not finding it. And maybe you're not finding it because it's on the upper floor. After all, this hospital has 2 floors. There's an upper floor that's completely hidden. Now he's coming back here because this is going to be really important. Now we'll have to go up here, and I'll let him go first because I'm scared of what I'll find up there. He's even calling me over there, but I'm going to climb up a different way. I climbed right up this part, and now I'm going to jump right here. And it actually worked, but now he's coming in here. And guys, this is really a very strange place. There are a lot of abandoned things here. Everything is simply scary, but it looks like he's coming back here, exactly to this room. But there's a ghost right in front, and even I'm starting to get scared of this. He got so scared that he just ran away. He literally left me alone with the ghost. But now, he finally came running back, and he said, I remember that I'm the one who has to take care of this, and he really is the one who should do it. So I'm going to stay back here, watching what's happening. Now he's getting closer, and the ghost is looking here. But my friend grabbed this broom, and he's making the ghost leave. This is really strange. He somehow got rid of the ghost just by holding the broom. I don't know what's going on here, but this method he used actually worked. Now I'm coming over here to get this car, because soon I'll be going to the next job. So I'm arriving here to pick him up, and apparently he's right in this spot. He said, everything went well. This broom has powers to get ghosts out of the city. Wow, that's really strange. I don't know how this broom has so many powers. And now the hospital is finally back to normal. It's no longer destroyed like before. Now I'm coming to my next job, and this player showed up here, and apparently he's a treasure hunter. He said, come, I have some tools for you. Okay, I want to see what he has for me. But he's coming here, and it looks like he has this box, which I just grabbed. And inside this box, there's simply these binoculars. I don't know why he gave me this, and I also don't know how this is going to help find treasures. He said, it's because we're pirate treasure hunters. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Now he's leaving here, but apparently he doesn't have a car. He literally doesn't have a car, and I don't have one either. But now there's a taxi coming right here to basically pick us up. So he got inside, and this player said, take me to the nearest beach. Now he's coming to the beach, which is right up ahead. He's even coming really fast, and now we finally arrived here. That boat in front is simply my friend's boat, who is the player that's going to help me with the job. He said, stay alert and find the treasures. But my friend went back there because he wants the payment for the service he did, and he finally got the money. Now this player is coming onto the boat, and the taxi is heading back to the front to pick up more customers. But now I'm also coming here, especially because I have to work this job to finally make some money, and I can observe a lot of things. I even have something that's going to help me a lot to find these treasures, which is exactly this camera. And with this camera I can see everything, and I can see almost the entire city, even things that are really far away. So now I'm sitting right here, and this player is driving the boat, and apparently we're coming to this island because he wants to find treasures here. Now we finally arrived, but I believe there are no treasures on this island, and he's even digging here. But this island is simply the worst island of all, and I'm sure there are better ones. He said, instead of recording, help me. And guys, he's kind of mad that I'm filming him with this camera. So I dropped it, and I'm going to start digging the ground too, to see if I find anything. But now a lot of time has passed, and we simply didn't find anything. And I think it's time to give up. He even came back here and said, you tried this time. I'm tired. And I'm also really tired. I spent the whole day trying to find these things, but we didn't find anything. Now he's sitting right here. So I'm heading to the next island, but the next island is really far away. Basically, I'm driving this boat because my job is very important, and for some reason there's something here in the middle of nowhere. There's literally this thing here, but we have this other island that looks really interesting. So I'm arriving here, and it looks like this island really has treasures. And I found a treasure right here. So I'm coming here to dig this up, and it looks like he got here faster. But this is really a lot of money. He's even collecting it now and putting everything inside here. But there's no more money here. He's even staring at me. And he said, congratulations, we already have $5 million. Wow, that's a lot. So I'm going to drive this again because I'm feeling lucky. But accidentally, the boat is going off on its own back here. and now again I'm heading up front. But there's a problem. We have this pirate ship here that's coming to the same island we're going to. I even got here before him, and there really are treasures here. I'm arriving now to collect all of it. Perfect. I finally got here, and I'm going to have to take all of this for myself. There's just so much money. Now he grabbed all of it, and we have to get out of here quickly because the pirate is arriving, and I'm sure he's not very happy. You can tell he's really mad. He's coming up front with this sword to basically fight us. This is really bad because the pirate is coming here, but this player has this weapon, and the pirate who was coming just stopped when he realized this player has a weapon. Now we're finally safe. The pirate said, "You stole my gold." Well, actually, we found the gold before you. The gold is simply ours. But he got mad. He said, "Leave, the gold is ours." Now the pirate left, but he's coming to our boat and is basically destroying it. I don't know why he broke our boat. Our boat is literally completely wrecked. All of this because of that pirate. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. He's even staring at me here. And he said, "We got a new boat now." And I think he's talking about that boat, but I'm following him. And it looks like we finally got a new boat for us. But the pirate is coming back. I have to get on this boat quickly before the pirate gets here. Now he came back here, and we simply stole the pirate's boat. And now he's super mad. And guys, this boat is really good. We even came back to this area. And finally we arrived back in the city. Now we're both super rich. But now, I work for the FBI because I investigate criminal cases in the city. So I'm coming here to work with him because I have a coworker I simply don't know yet. And for the first time, I'm coming here to meet him. And apparently it's this player, but he already stood up and grabbed this item, which he gave to me. Wow, thank you very much. But I want to know what I have to do. Then he grabbed this other camera and gave it to me too. He said, "Let's go. We have to investigate a house." And it looks like this job is really fast because I just got here and we're already heading out to do something. He's even going down here and I'm following him because this mission is going to be really important. Now he's coming up front to investigate some criminal in the city. And I wonder who the person being investigated this time is. But he's arriving at a very specific location. He's leaving the car here and now going upstairs. But this house is just a normal house. There's literally nothing special. So I grabbed this camera too. And apparently there's a lot of money stored here, exactly in the player's gym. There's a ton of gold, at least $100 million. And apparently he noticed it too. But now this van just left the place. And apparently the owner of this house is leaving, but he's leaving with masks on. And I'm watching all of this to figure out what's going on. He even came running back here, and apparently I'm the one driving this time. So I'm following him, and he's heading down here, but my friend is standing there on the phone. Meanwhile, the van arrived here, stopped in front of him, and now it's aiming this item. My friend just stepped out, and he raised his hands to avoid any trouble, but the robber got closer and said, "Get in the van now." And my friend had to get inside this Roblox van, and now he's driving off up ahead, but I'll have to follow them. And he said, "Follow him, but don't let him see us. We need to catch him with proof." Wow, this is really important. So he grabbed this camera to basically record that player, especially because he's right up ahead. And meanwhile, the officer is recording all of this. But from what I can tell, this van is heading to the middle of nowhere, and it stopped right here, and he brought a friend in this direction. He said, "Take all your money and give it to me." Guys, we have to record all of this because it's really important. The officer is also recording because in Brookhaven we need proof to arrest players. Now my friend grabbed a lot of money and is handing it over to the player, but now he's simply going to get arrested because we're arriving here to catch him, and we recorded everything. While the robber is really happy with this money, we arrived here to arrest him, and there's no way he can escape now. Even my friend is looking from back here, and he seems really happy. The robber finally looked back here, and now he's running away, and he really thought he could escape, but I'm coming after him, and now he's arrested. He even raised his hands, and I said, "Take the mask off now," and I want him to remove the mask, so he took it off, and unfortunately this player is going to jail for everything he did in Roblox. Now he's locked up here, so now I'm going to my next job, which is a job for the scientist, and he's one of the most important people in the city, and he finally arrived here. He's a very important person, and I'm going to work for him, so I'll have to follow him to find out what I have to do. And it looks like I'm going to have to go up here, but we're going up now, and this is his lab. He said, "I'm trying to figure out how to activate this secret item. It changes the weather in the city." Look, I don't know if that's true. I mean, there's no way to change the city's weather. That's something impossible. Actually, I hope it's impossible, but he's doing a lot of research here, and I don't know what this button does, so I'm going to press it, and now this electric shock appeared. There are several lightning bolts showing up on this item. This item is just flashing, and apparently it turned on. Look, I don't know what just happened here, but he looks really scared, and I don't know why he got so scared. Suddenly, the city's weather changed, and now it's literally snowing. I don't know how that's possible, but he actually managed to change the weather, and now it's snowing all over the city, which was something that was supposed to be impossible. A player who was working here just got out of his car to go back home because it's snowing too much, and he's going to wait here for the snow to stop before continuing to build his house. But now he's staring at me, and he said, "Press it again. Let's see what happens." Okay, I'm going to press this button, and I just did. The item is flashing again, and now it turned off, but nothing changed in the city. Actually, the snow stopped, and this is the the weirdest thing I've ever seen. The scientist who lives in this house can literally change the weather. And now he's finally going back to work because he has a very important job. And the snow has completely disappeared from the city. He said, finally I can change the weather however I want. But guys, I don't know if that's a good thing because he can make it rain or even cause an earthquake in the city whenever he wants. So if one day he turns evil, he could destroy the whole city. He said, I would never do that. Now he's activating the button again, but I'm going to leave and do some shopping. I'm even going down here because I'm hungry. Now I left, and for some reason the sky is red. It was probably the scientist who did this, and now he's destroying the city, and you can see that even he got really scared. Brookhaven has several houses. You can actually get many houses. You just choose the plot and simply get the house. But today, I want to test with you banned secrets from the game's houses, and I also want to test houses that were removed. So for that, I invited this friend of mine, and he has to come along. He said, only Sigmas enter my house. And I don't know why he said that, but apparently he's not going to let me into his house to test the secrets I want to test. He's even staring at me. And he said, prove you're a Sigma, do something cool. Look, I already know what I'm going to do. In case you didn't know, I have this tractor, which is a pretty interesting tractor. But now I'm going to load it, and it's really bugged, because if I press this button, it's going to fly like it's up here. Now I'm sure he's going to let me into his house. And when I load it, it ends up bugging my Roblox tractor. He said, come in, you're allowed to enter my house. And that's good. I finally got permission to go inside his house. There's even a player playing basketball, and he's really bad at it. I don't know what he's trying to hit. Now he threw it again, and he really doesn't know how to play basketball. But he's looking back here, and apparently he's coming, maybe to enter this house. He came here, and I'll let the two of them talk, because meanwhile I'll have to go inside. Now he opened the gate so I can get in here, but this player can't. He entered here, and apparently he got banned. He's literally banned from here because he came in without permission. He even just came back here, and he can't get in because he's banned. But I'm coming here to test the secrets, because I want to see the secrets of the houses, and I also want to see houses that were removed. Now he came here too, and apparently he came because he also wants to see the secrets. And he said, I want to explore my house. Look, but there's a problem. The player is protesting, and I don't know what he wants to say, because there's nothing written on his sign. So here on the right, I'm going to grab this laptop, and now I have to go down here. I'll press this button, and go down again to another completely secret place, because this house has several secret floors. But my friend doesn't know how to get here. He finally opened this, but stayed right in this part and almost didn't come. Now he's coming down here, but he's staring at me. And he said, you knew this house had a safe, right? Yes, this house really had a safe that used to be right here. It was actually exactly in this spot, but it ended up being removed, and I have no idea why. But now he's sitting here, and in case you didn't know, a secret button will appear in this part, and I still can't press it. First, I have to sit here and hold this laptop until it turns red. Now it finally turned red, and the secret probably works. So I'm going back here, but I still can't press it. But I'm going to sit in all the chairs while holding the red laptop. Perfect! It turned red, and now I'll sit in every chair. Now I'm going to every possible chair. Then I'll try to press this, and it actually worked. Now I can go through the wall right here to access a completely secret place. This is the first secret of all, which the game owner tried to remove. Even my friend came here too, and for some reason he's holding this item. And he said, how do you know this? Are you a hacker? Look, I don't know if he noticed, but I'm literally his friend on Roblox. So he knows I know almost all the secrets in the game. We have several underground floors in the house, and this house is really weird. But now my friend is going to have to carry me, and he's finally carrying me. Here on the right, I'm going to shrink my avatar so he can carry me without any problem, because now I want to get out of here. He's trying to get me out of here, but it's really hard. Perfect! I finally got out of here, and I'm in a completely secret place. You can see that I'm under his house, and I'm going to try to get a car on the right, but I can't. I'm literally in a hidden place where I'll never be able to get out of here again. Only if I teleport in Roblox. But this player showed up here, and he said, come play basketball with me. I'm a good guy. And guys, I realized that he has a house with a lot of secrets. So to access the secrets, I basically have to beat him. He said, okay, I'll let you see my house only if you beat me. Look, but that's not going to be very hard. I'm even getting my tractor, and I just have to beat him to finally see the weirdest secret in his house. And I also want to show you houses that were removed from the game. But now I threw this ball up front, and unfortunately I missed. That's really not good. He's looking at me, and he threw the ball right here, and he also missed. I said, whoever scores first wins, because I want this to go quickly. I also want to see if he'll agree, and apparently he agreed. But now, I'm going to have to score this, and that's going to be really hard. It's his turn to try it, since I missed. But I doubt he's going to score like that. But he moved back, threw the ball up front, and he actually managed to score. And that's not good. I ended up missing. But I had an idea. I'm going to impress this player so he lets me see his house. Here on the right, I'll get the ladder and also the soccer ball. Now I'm going to have to climb up here and throw this ball right here. It actually worked, and I just did something I'm sure he didn't know you could do. Now it looks like he even got scared, and he said, okay, you can go into my house. And guys, even though I lost, he let me into his house. So I'm going into his house, but suddenly he turned evil, and he said, you have 10 seconds to get out of there. And that's terrible. I have 10 seconds to get out of here, but to see the secret I want to see, I can see it in 5 seconds. So I'm running over here here, and now I'm going to have to go into this part, and I have a really strange place. But now, apparently he's coming here to get revenge on me, because my friend banned this player from the house, and now this player thinks it's only fair that I get banned from this house, even though I didn't do anything. He's even coming down here, but he doesn't know where I am. He literally has no idea that I'm in this part. I'm really well hidden, so I'm going to try to get a car on the right, but I can't. Now this friend of mine is coming here, and he's literally passing by in front, and it looks like he's coming to talk to another player, who for some reason is just standing here. But now that I've seen the secret of this house, I have to get out of here quickly. So I'm heading back here, but there's a problem. He just got here and he's running after me. So I need to get out of here urgently. And actually, I need to see which way he's going. And it looks like he's coming back here to ban me. Right in this spot. So I'm heading back here. I'm going to throw this ball up front so he gets distracted. The ball is arriving here, and he really is coming here, and he's going after the ball. But meanwhile, I'm going to get out of here, and I don't know why he's hitting the ball. He just wants to break it. This player is really weird. While he's breaking the ball, I'm going to take the chance and get out of here. Perfect! I did it! But now I'm going back up to get this player safe. Perfect! I got it. And now I'm sure he's really mad. He even teleported here and is coming back to his house to basically try to ban me. But that's impossible. He's waiting for me up here, and I'm just going to teleport. He's even staring right now. And he said, there's a secret code in this house. But I'm looking here, and there really is a secret code. His house is very weird, and he has to let us visit his house. He said, go ahead, the house isn't even mine. Okay, it looks like this house isn't his, and that's a little strange. But I'm coming into this house, and I'm going to have to jump up here. So I'm climbing up, and I finally made it to the house. Now he came here too, and it looks like he went back to the gate and is trying to jump up here too. But he didn't make it. And this specific house is a house with several secrets that I want to see with you right now. He said, what about the removed houses and secrets? Look, I'll test that in a bit. But this house, in case you didn't know, has several really weird secrets. But the weirdest part is basically down there. That player came back here, and I didn't know he was the owner of this house. He literally lied to us, and my friend got banned. So I have to get out of here fast to avoid getting banned too. I'm going to activate this alarm, and now everything here is flashing. You can see this looks really weird. He's even coming here to ban me, but he closed the gate. So I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. He's checking all the rooms, and now he's coming back downstairs. I also need to hide quickly. The only place I can hide is here, because there's a safe here, and also this other spot, and I'm going to climb right up here. I'm even hiding right back here, and there's no way he'll notice I'm here. But he got to this part, and now he's finally leaving to check the other room. He really thought he was going to find me, but I have to get out of here now. He also came this way, and now I'm going into this room, and he didn't see me and thinks I went upstairs, but I'm actually not there. I'm basically in this part. Now I have to get out of here, because this player is really weird. I even got here, but he's in front of me, and I was banned. I just got banned from this house in a totally unfair way. Now I came back, and I still don't know why he did that. He said, you called me a noob 6 years ago. Look, that can't be true, and I don't know who he's talking about. Maybe it was my friend. He said, but I forgive you guys. I'm sorry for banning you. So now I got unbanned, and I can go back into his house. Thank you so much. This player is actually a good guy. And now he's coming over here to get his helicopter. You can see he has a really different helicopter, and now he's getting ready to fly away. But my friend isn't very happy, so I'm following him, and apparently he's going to take the player safe. He went inside and just took the safe, but I grabbed my car again, because he has to get back here fast. Perfect. He came back, and now we're finally safe. But he's shaking right in front of me, shaking because he's so mad. Apparently that player left the game, and my friend is really shaking a lot. He said, let's test the removed houses, and also the removed secrets from the houses. Okay, let's test that. But in case you didn't know, there really were houses that got removed, and there were houses you could live in that you can't anymore. There were also house secrets that got completely removed. But in case you didn't know, if I come right up here, we have the hotel, which looks exactly like this. If I come here to pick a house, I can choose 6 houses on the right. And for some reason, my friend is still bugged. He even got out of the car and came right back here, but he's still bugged. I really don't know how this bug happened. And the houses are like this. And in case you didn't know, this is one of the houses that was completely removed. Because even though the hotel looks like this now, it used to be exactly like this in the past. You can see that it was very weird, and it was also green, and it was in a really strange location. Everything in Brookhaven used to be very weird. There were exactly 5 hotel rooms that ended up being completely removed. But it wasn't just that house that got removed from the game. And to see the next house that was removed, I'm going to have to get my tractor, but I'm going to lift my friend to see if he's back to normal. And up here, he's not shaking. He only starts shaking if he goes down. Now I'm lowering him here, and he's going to start shaking up front. It even looks like he's really angry. But I'm arriving up front, and this house on the right, in case you didn't know, used to be totally different. There are 2 versions, and this is the very first version, where the house looks like this. And the second version looks exactly like this. Literally the same house, just with different colors. Actually, it really is the same house. My friend said, no, it's not. I doubt it's the same house. But guys, I'm going to prove to him that it is the same house, because there's actually a way to prove it. I just don't understand why there's a truck tipped over here, and also what's going on back here. If I delete this plot and place this house here, you can see that this house looks a lot like the other one. But this one has a fence, and it also has different colors. And it's basically the same house. Back then, this used to be different. Instead of the house being all destroyed, it actually looked like this. You can see that this house is really well built, and it's not destroyed. Everything here looks really nice. And while in this house everything is destroyed and looks really strange, this house was destroyed in the very first update of the game. My friend said, is there another house that also lost a secret? Look, actually even his house, in case you didn't know, used to have a safe that was right near this staircase, but it was completely removed in one of the first updates of the game. But we also have these houses here, which ended up being totally changed. This had exactly these buttons, and if I pick the same house on the right, you can see that it really ended up changing. There were just a few modifications made to this house, and everything else stayed the same. The only difference is that the buttons changed. But I wanted to know what's going on up front. This player said, sell me this plot. And guys, this player wants to buy this plot that belongs to another player, and apparently he doesn't want to sell it. So much so that he refused, but that made the other player really mad. So mad that he grabbed this item, and now I'm coming over here to save this player, because what's happening doesn't make any sense. So I'm running over here, but I have this sniper. He's even looking back here, and now he's mad at me. He said, who do you think you were pointing that item at me? And suddenly he's mad at me for no reason in Roblox. And my friend showed up too, and now it looks like he's mad at my friend. This player is mad at everyone. This is really weird. But now he finally left, and he's coming here to get his car, and apparently he fell down here. That was just really strange. We just saved this player who apparently lived right here. And guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the become member button, and I'll add you on Roblox.